Hi, I have some extremely exciting news. HUD released the Jobs Plus initiative grant yesterday. This grant came out yesterday, and the grant due date for the Jobs Plus is October the 1st, 2019. And this grant is for public housing authorities that have a public housing development with a minimum of 200 units in 1 AMP. So you have to have one development, also known as a project, one public housing project with a minimum of 200 units. And at least 40% of the residents of the households must have no earned income in PIC. So that is a requirement for this particular grant. And also, HUD came out with a list of eligible applicants that you can also verify to see if they acknowledge you to be one of the eligible applicants. So the maximum grant award that you can request is $3.7 million. $3.7 million to create a job site, a work readiness program at this public housing development for your public housing residents. So one of the most important changes that they have made is that 214 grantees that were awarded the Jobs Plus grant in 2014 can actually reapply this year. In previous years, HUD has said that no prior funded applicants can apply, but if you were awarded the grant in 2014, and I'm sure the 2014 grantees will be happy to hear this, if you were awarded the grant in 2014, you can reapply for the grant. So as long as you're not serving a previously funded project, it must be a brand new project that you will implement the Jobs Plus program at. So I just wanted to bring this to you. This is a fresh announcement. The Jobs Plus grant was announced yesterday, and the grant due date is October the 1st. And you can request up to $3.7 million. Of course, the amount that you request is actually based on the units that you have, because there is a tier. So if you have the maximum amount of units, you can request the maximum amount, which is $3.7 million. So remember, if you have a public housing development, which they call a project, if you have a public housing project with a minimum of 200 public housing units, and at least 40% of your households reflect no earned income in PIC, you are eligible to apply for this grant. Oh, another thing, the households that they count must be households where the head of household is under the age of 65 years old. So the households that you count, the head of household must be under the age of 65 years old. So check into this grant and see if you're eligible, because this is a wonderful grant to bring to your public housing development to provide supportive services and job readiness skills for the residents in your public housing project.